Hello everyone and welcome to the Little Blue Fly. In today's video, I would like to take a little time here and share with you all how I created a berry topiary. It will be going in my living room area. We will be revisiting in my living room shortly, but for today we are going to get creative and make a berry topiary in this wicker urn. I will be sharing links for items that I used in this video, as well as items in my Amazon storefront. We do have Prime starting tomorrow. I do have a few things, not much, but I will link them. So that being said, let's begin, shall we? Okay, so this urn, the wicker urn, I did purchase this item. I believe it was Merrifield Garden. It was during their tent sale, I believe. And these gorgeous birch stems can be purchased from Pottery Barn, and I will make sure to share a link for these two items. Well, for as many as I can find, but these are very sturdy and tall stems, again, that can be purchased from Pottery Barn, and they do have pretty good sales, so hopefully there's one going on now. Okay, I also have these berry stems that used to be able to, they were on Amazon. They just recently sold out. However, that being said, I will be sharing a link for some other blueberry stems that are not, they're not as dark green as these. And then I have just some simple ones up front. I will share a link for these as well. So we will be working with 3 different types of berries in this video. But again, these are darker. I have some others I will share in a moment that are lighter. And then these simple ones that they don't have much greenery to them, but they are perfect for what I am about to do in this video. So they come in a package of 3, and as you can see, look at them. There's quite a bit of white chalkiness all over them. No worries. There's always a way to, at least I always make a way to try to figure things out so that they will work around my home and in my projects. Okay, so this is something I would like to share with you all right now. So as you can see in the back, the berries are, they're just more rich in color. These ones are just very overdone, overcooked, however you want to say it, with all this white chalkiness all over them. I'll give you, some close-ups as well so you can really see this. Easy fix. I'm going to wear gloves just because I don't like that chalky feel on my fingers. I can get my hands dirty all day long in dirt, but I just don't care for that feel of chalk on my hands. I don't know what it is. So I'm putting on some gloves. I have some paper towels. This one is wet. I'm going to share a couple of ways to remove some of this chalk. I don't know. Maybe it's not chalk, but it's a form of something. So for those of you that really don't like getting your hands up in things, you just tend to want to keep your hands a little bit cleaner, this is how I suggest wiping it off. You just get a paper towel or a washcloth, wet it, and then just wipe all over the berry. And as you can see, it takes off all that white residue. You can see the blue on the napkin as well. You can remove as much as you like. Now, I do keep some of it on because you want to have that depth in your berry. You just don't want it all blue. I mean, you can if you want it that way, but I prefer to have a little bit of depth going on in my berry clusters. So again, this is one way to remove the residue off the berry. And here shortly, I will share another way. And yes, this can be a little bit time consuming, but if you want that special look, you know, the beauty in your home, then just sit down and take your time and clean off the berries. You have a drink, maybe have a show running in the background. And before you know it, you are completely finished with this technique and ready to start decorating. Again, this is for the ones that really don't want to get their hands up in it. But the other way I'm about to share, it definitely cuts the time in half for certain. And you can already see the difference, all this white residue, and then here we have a little bit of warmth, more warmth from the berries. And then as the tissue starts drying out, just re-wet it, squeeze it out. You don't have to worry about damaging these because they have a really sturdy shell to them. So don't think that the water is going to deform them or destroy them in any way. So as you can see, I have quite a few here that I need to remove some of the residue from. And we have just a couple, little green leaves here and there. But you will see those really aren't needed for this project. Okay. Now, these are for the people that just really want to get down and dirty with your hands. You just put it in the bowl of water and drench them. Just really take them swimming. That's what we're doing here. And dab around with the cloth, or you can use your fingers as well. And then with your tissue, go and dry them off, because if you don't dry off your berries, well, chances are that they could pop open. And we really don't want that, because behind all of this wonderful color is just a ball of foam. So as you can see, it's coming off nicely, and we have a good berry color coming through. It's just that simple. You just use a tissue with water, or you take them swimming in a bowl of water, but look at the difference already. Some of you might like all of the residue on your berries. I, for one, just like a little bit more warmth in my designs. So each stem, one side has 2 clusters of berries. And as you can see, one of them split open. It was not from me wiping it off, because this has not been in the water yet. It just happens. Sometimes your berries are stuck together, and when they get pulled apart, look at this. It's not wanting to open. There we go. It shows the foam, but no worries. With my blueberries, I just use a black Sharpie pen and just mark right on top of that foam, and the black Sharpie blends in perfectly. with these dark berries. Because I cannot handle having pieces of foam. I have shared this several times, showing through on my berries. So a couple things here. We're removing residue off of berries. We're covering up the foam with a Sharpie pen. So whenever you're working with the blueberries, make sure that you have a black Sharpie close by. And look, we have a pretty significant purplish blue ocean going on over here in this bowl. So the ones up at top, you can see I've worked with them, and the ones at the bottom, I have not. But I carefully try to maintain a little bit of the lighter colors on the blueberries. So now I'm going to share, so we're dipping it back in the water. I just made a larger pool of water. We're not using any tissue now. Now we're just going to use our fingers, which is great. If you ask me, this is the best way out of all three I have shared with you. The first one, we just had a tissue and wiped off the berries. Those are the ones that really don't want to get their hands dirty, which is fine. We're all different. Then the other one, I dipped them in the water and still use the towel. But now we have gloves on, no worries. And we're just taking them swimming and wiping them off with our fingers. I feel that this way I have a little bit better control in where I want some of this chalky color to be removed. And then the same thing, take the paper towel and make sure to dab off the berries. Be gentle, because you don't want to bust them open and have to cover up the foam. Although again, they are very sturdy, so you would have to be super rough in order to break these open. But some of us are heavy-handed. Okay, look at the difference. Huge difference. I'm just going to dry it off a little bit more. Now I will make sure to link these berries in my Amazon storefront. Okay, so now we're back up to the birch branches. Again, these were purchased from Pottery Barn. And they do have sales on all of their greenery. Hopefully, again, they're on sale right now. If not, no worries. They will come on sale. We're going into a different season too, fall. So these might go on clearance. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. So here are the smaller little berry stems. And what we're going to do here is make a fabulous berry topiary. And I'm going to cut off the two branches from each stem. Because what I'm going to do, so one has 3 clusters and the other has 2. I'm going to wrap them around different parts of these birch stems to give it, to make it look more like a blueberry bush. I need to drop the berries in my right hand so I can just wrap them about. I'm just making it a little bit difficult for myself right now, but you'll see. I will eventually drop there we go, the other berries so I can start working these around. and you just twist them around the stem. So key when making this, you want to make sure that you have good, sturdy branches, because if you don't, the weight from the berries are just going to pull it down, and we don't want that. We want it to stand up and look beautiful, and for it to say, "I'm so pretty." And we will accomplish that by making sure that we have good, sturdy branches. So again, we're just wrapping it around, and you can control 100% how you want your berries to face about on these branches. Because they're all on wires. That's key too when you're doing a project like this, to make sure that the berries that you use are on a wire. Otherwise, they're not going to form to the branches. And you will see as we move along, some of the berries are going to change direction here and there. And we just want to give it that natural, nature's way of just berries going here and there. So I'm going to continue to wrap them around the leaves, and we'll come back here in just a moment. Okay, so here we have berries spread out here and there. I did not want to go overboard. Just touches of the smaller ones all about on the different branches. And again, I used the ones up front here, the skinnier stems, to wrap all around this topiary. We can call it a topiary, or we can call it a blueberry bush in an urn. But how about we just call it lovely? How about that? Okay, so now these are the larger clusters of berries. As you can see, these have more light to them. We have that delicious, like limey green color going on in there. And then we have a warmer leaf with the other berries. So the warmer leaf berries, those are the ones that are out of stock at the moment. However, the ones that have the lighter leaves are in stock, and I will be sharing a link for them. These are fabulous. Well, for those of you that have been with me for some time, these are wonderful to work with. So down at the bottom of all of the greenery on top of the urn, we're going to go around with these larger berry clusters. It's just going to fill things in and just look so fabulous. So here I have the berries down below. If one wanted to, I mean, you could really stack them and make them, quite full. But we're not going to do that right now. We're just going to keep a single layer going all the way around the urn. I couldn't be more pleased with how this turned out. So in the closer look, I'm going to show just a little difference in how I decorated it, but then also adding it with decor.